Good morning everybody, welcome back to another video. Got to start my day with a 7-Eleven tea. Can't believe these are $1. That's so cheap. Even coffees and stuff, Hao is obsessed with their coffees. It's honestly not that great, but I guess you kind of just like get accustomed to it because it's convenient. But to start this vlog, I am going to do a little bit of an unboxing. So whilst we're in Perth, we had a subscriber come down and actually give us some gifts. Now, I'm really awful when it comes to this. I forgot to ask for his name. So if you're watching this right now, please comment down below. But he gave us this. He also gave Hao this little GTR card, which is really cool. We actually saw it whilst we were in Hong Kong and it's super cool. I'm pretty sure this is his brand that he's doing. And this is actually really nice. I love how it comes with all of these like little random stickers and stuff. Anything that just comes nicely packaged with little extra gifts is always a plus. So the brand is called Mortem. We've got one sticker here which is just of a little skull. We've got another one here which is of just like some skeleton hands, and the stickers actually feel, are they stickers? They are stickers. They actually feel really good. It's like nice and thick. Got another one here. So we've got two of these, and then this one here, we can already tell this is a car vinyl. Oops, sorry, that was upside down. This is a car vinyl sticker. So that's really nice, and it's got like the old English font and all of that jazz. Now let's move on to the t-shirt. Ooh, the quality is actually not bad. It actually feels quite nice. I love how he's got his own little custom label. This is very nice, not just kept on the old label. And ooh, it's actually embroidered. This is nice. The embroidery is nice. As Hao always calls me now, I'm like legit an embroidery snob. I'm really not, but anytime I see embroidery, I'm always just looking at it, seeing how it is, because I always try be as best I can be. Even though I know sometimes my embroidery isn't amazing, I get frustrated at myself. So I like seeing other people's stuff and designs, and even when I purchase things, I'm like, maybe I should learn how to do it like that. But anyways, the embroidery on this is very nice. This is just the design. I like how it's just nice and simple, just has the logo, and it's clean, very clean. This is gonna be like a nice little oversized t-shirt. So thank you so much. I didn't ask for your name, but please comment down below. But anyways, for today's video, we're actually going to be doing some embroidery. So I've got to make a couple of baby t-shirts, and I think I want to embroider something for myself. So let's see what we can do, because I've got a lot of blank t-shirts after the Uwu store. So we need to come up with some design, or I don't know, figure out something. So let's just do this. Let's get to the vlog. I've actually moved my embroidery machine over to this side. It honestly really doesn't make sense being here because there's no power points or anything. The closest power point is all the way over there or all the way over there. So it's literally in the middle of nowhere. For today, I might actually move this over there or over there. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll have to get an extension cord. But the first two I'm going to be doing is a white t-shirt and a black t-shirt with the bubble tea logo on it. So I decided to get a really long extension cord and run it all the way across. Definitely not OH&S safe, but it does the job. Have not used this machine in a couple of weeks, but perfectly. There's a boba tea already saved from the last time. So I know I've showed you guys this before of me like doing embroidery, but it's always been really vague. So in today's video, I'm actually going to show you guys pretty much the step-by-step on how I always do the embroidery. I actually really like doing the bubble tea ones because it's not actually straight. If you look at the design, the bubble tea cup's on a little bit of an angle, which makes it perfect, because if you have something straight like text, you've got to actually align your t-shirt, do a mark to make sure that it's not on a little bit of an angle, because it's always going to be noticeable when you're wearing it. But with this one, if it's on a little bit of an angle, it's okay, because that's just how the design is. So for me, I like doing this a lot easier. I always grab my t-shirt and I'm just going to lay it flat down on this table, The next step that I gotta do is grab a really big ruler. I love using this big 1 meter ruler because it pretty much goes for any size. I can do up to 2XL, which is what I'm doing right now, or I can do a smaller size as well, which is perfect for this. So I need to measure from arm to arm. So from here to here, I'm gonna grab my ruler. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab a pin. I always keep my pins on this little magnet kind of plate tray thing, which is perfect because if your pins are all over the place, you just literally grab this and it just collects it, and it just saves it dropping and going all over the place, and if you accidentally miss it. So what I do is I always like to mark from where the arms are. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my ruler, and from where the t-shirt is, I'm going to get the ruler and kind of mark it down so it's like a T shape. I will change the camera angle and I will show you guys, but I'm also going to grab another pin and pin the t-shirt. This mark that I'm making right now is where the bubble tee is going to go. It's always going to change on some t-shirts because the chest is always different. Say if I was wearing a 2XL, the chest will be a bit lower, or if it was an extra small, it will be in a different location just because of the size of the material it is, if that kind of makes any sense. Anyways, I'm going to grab the camera and I'll show you guys what I've been talking about. So this is the mark that I just made, and I'll quickly show you again with the ruler. So this is the first one across here, and you guys can see the ruler going from edge to edge, and that is where the first pin is. Now the second one that I did, I had the ruler coming down from the top of the t-shirt downwards, and which it's technically supposed to be straight as possible, and then that's how I created that pin mark. So right here, that's where my bubble tee is gonna go, and this here should technically be where the person that is wearing a 2XL, this is where their chest will be. But the next step I'm going to be doing is I'm gonna be grabbing my hoop. So it comes in 2 pieces. This is the top piece, this is the bottom piece, and I'm using the size 110 mils by 110 mils. This one fits the bubble tee design perfectly. It's got a little bit around the edging. It's not too big, it's not too small. And I just like working with this hoop size the most out of all of the ones that I have. Loosen it just a little bit so it's a lot easier when I'm putting the top layer on. I'm going to grab this hoop and put it in between the t-shirt, so pretty much from the inside of your jumper or t-shirt that you're wearing right now. So as you can see, underneath is where the bottom hoop is, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my top hoop and I'm going to find where it is and make sure that my pin mark is in the middle of the hoop. And what you need to do is slightly press it down so that it kind of locks into place. And now you guys can see the hoop underneath. So to tighten it, I always just grab this right here. It is a flathead screwdriver, but I love that it also has a Phillips head on the other side, which is the only two that I need for this machine. So this is the perfect little tool. I'm just going to tighten it. You need to have it reasonably tight so that once it's embroidering in the machine, the bottom hoop doesn't actually fall out. So what I'm doing is I'm just adjusting it to make sure that there's no loose fabrics, nothing's gonna kink or anything like that. And this is good. This is what you want it to look like. So you wanna be able to have it be quite stiff, but not too stiff where it's stretching your material. So let's go put this into the machine. Putting it into the machine is very simple. It just clips into place. As you guys just heard, it just clicks, and all I need to do now is just make sure everything's in the right space. I've got to grab a little bit of backing, which is this material right here. I always use a medium-sized backing. Sometimes with embroidery, you do have to attach this backing with the hooping, so you have to put it behind the t-shirt whilst you're putting that plastic round shape over it. But for this, I always just slide it underneath because I feel like it saves a bit more, and this design is not that crazy where I need to have it fully stuck against the t-shirt. One of the final steps before it actually starts going is I press this button here, which means it's going to trace the design onto the machine to make sure it's in the correct position. So I'm just going to press it right now. And here we go, it's going to trace it. And for me to know if it's in the right spot, I always have to measure whether this needle point is in the center of this point here. So at the moment, it's actually too far up, if you guys can see the angles. So I need to move it so that it's directly above this right here. So far, everything is going accordingly. Now I pretty much just have to wait until this design is done. But as you guys can see, this design takes 2,464 thread pieces or needles, and we are up to 480-90. So we're nearly there. This should take about 10 minutes for this design. Usually whilst that embroidery is going, I'm always getting ready to hoop up the second one. As I mentioned before, I also have to do a black one. So I'm going to repeat that same process of me hooping it up and getting it measured and prepared so that when that one's done, I can just swap it over and just continue the process, because any little bit of time that you can save is always good, because as I said, embroidery does take about 10 minutes for this design, and this design is very, very little. It's not like it's a really big one. So if you imagine like something like this, that would take well over an hour, or especially for my machine and just doing it for us. If you definitely have like a big factory and all of that jazz, it could take a lot faster. But yeah, this is why embroidery is quite expensive. Now that this t-shirt is done, what I need to do is go onto the inside of it, and you guys can see this is the backing I was talking about. I just need to pretty much tear this away. It comes off really, really easily. Just take it away like that. I've got to get the inside bits as well. Give this a bit of an iron and it is done, which is perfect. So I just thought I would show you guys another little bit of embroidery piece that I've just done. I've been meaning to do this, and I wanted to do this for quite a while, but I just completely forgot about it. But now that we just have a bunch of tote bags I just found, I made this design right here. I didn't really make it, I just grabbed our logo and I put it on a tote bag, but it's honestly really, really clean. The embroidery is very nice. I'm pretty happy with it. The embroidery actually looks pretty much identical and similar to the crop jumpers that we have for the female stuff. So these are going to be available. I think I'm going to make them for Sydney, for Melbourne, and for online, because I don't think I'll have them done in time for this weekend. These are the other ones I'm thinking of doing. So we've got cream right here, which is like a nice, like, it's not really like a yellowy cream, it's more like a white cream, which is good. And we've got these denim ones. I remember Hao bought these a while ago and he wanted to do the tote bags, but we just did not get around to it. So I'll probably do the same design on all the three, and you guys can choose whatever colors you want. Anyways, that was just a little insight as to pretty much a kind of a day in my life of what I do when I'm doing an embroidering. It's pretty much just like a system that goes through. It's always one, hoop up the machine, put it into the machine, have it going in the machine and embroidering. Whilst that's happening, I always get the next one set up, and then it just keeps continuing. And then when it's done, I start ironing it, and it's like this whole little cycle, which works out to be really well. So there's no time just wasted standing there, because I do have to kind of always be around the embroidery machine, just in case one, the thread breaks, two, something goes crazy wrong with the machine, because you honestly never know. There's been a couple of times I've had a few mental breakdowns because of how frustrating it is, but I guess that's just all the fun of it. I hope this was helpful to anybody that actually wanted to learn about it, wanted to learn how to hoop things, and those that are just interested in embroidery in general, or even those that are starting their own clothing label and you are questioning whether to do embroidery or screen printing. They're both completely different, and I personally feel they have different finishes, and also the price points are different as well. But it's completely up to whatever you like to do, because we definitely like to do a little bit of both with our KOKAINE designs. But anyways, that's enough rambling. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and also comment down any other things you guys want to know how to do, what to learn, all of that stuff, because Hao and I will do it. We'll do it. Just comment that down. See you guys in our next video. Bye guys.